148.
Keep going.
149.
One more.
Ellen, I don't get why I have to do this.
Come on, Nioh 2 is out this week. You need to do lots of difficult things to be ready for it.
150.
Nice. Nicely done, Luke. Now eat this wine bottle.
What? Why?
Because it's hard.
Show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend. Oh, top of the bottle. It's no good. It'll take a while to weigh down to the stomach.
Yeah.
I reckon we've got a good 30 to 40 minutes before that happens.
And we have to take you to hospital immediately.
Ideally, we'd take me to hospital immediately so they're ready.
Yeah.
But I think instead what we should do is show over the weekend.
Yeah.
And then it'll be like a mad rush to the hospital.
Yeah.
Nioh 2.
Ooh.
Now, I know what you're thinking, folks. You're thinking, yes, Nioh 2 is out. Luke's been playing it. I can't wait to see all of the bosses, all of the different cool stages that he's been battling his way through. Well, you won't see any of that. Because what I did was get stuck on like the very second bit. I've been playing it for, for like a week before it came out. Doing what I can every morning.
Yeah.
I got stuck and I didn't do very much.
It's okay. I'm still proud of you.
Sweet of you to lie. So the game begins and you're kind of in this like sort of misty, sort of like foresty area with these little paths.
Yeah.
And the game, I guess a little bit like Dark Souls and stuff, doesn't really give you much introduction. It sort of teaches you the base. There are like screens that pop up that are like the basics of combat. But the game is so deep and there's a lot to do. And the first enemies you see are like these little golems.
Yeah.
And they're so hard.
I thought you were going to be like, they're so cute.
No, they're not. They're so hard. And sometimes you're fighting one and it kills you easily. And then sometimes you're fighting one and it finds another golem and that one golem eats the other golem and then the golem that didn't get eaten goes big. And then when it's big, it's so hard. I was like, did I accidentally skip something? Is this really it? Because even for a sort of Dark Souls-alike, I was like, wow, this is a steep introduction. There was a boss, the first sort of like yokai enemy, because like all the sort of big enemies are drawn from Japanese folklore. And man, it was real hard to kill that boss. But I did get through it, and I was like, yes. And then there was like the first proper boss, and it was a big, horrible horse with a saw. And it has an attack that's hard to dodge, where it picks you up and it saws you in half. It's hard to fight on after you've been sawed in half. So that happened a lot. Also, the horse shoots out these like little emojis at you and you have to run away from the emojis. If the emojis hit you, you get really hurt. And also it swings around its big saw, and if it hits you, you get really hurt. And also it can like turn things into, you could put you into like the yokai realm, where it's stronger and your stamina regenerates slower.
Sounds like you're making it up, but I know you're not.
No, this is real. This is real. Oh my god, I've only listed like half its attacks. And then there's the unblockable attacks.
Yeah.
Now, you will remember, Ellen, that when we played Nioh 2 before, sometimes enemies will glow red and
you can do the yokai thing back.
That's right. Unblockable? I don't think so, because you can do a yokai burst that cancels out the unblockable attack, leaving them susceptible to your counterattack. However, I can never do it right, or I'm doing it at the wrong time. Like, it couldn't even be half a second. The blur, I know what to do. The buttons are pressed. And then I'm like, here we go! And then the enemy, whatever it is, if it's the boss or whatever, is like still like, what if I put a sword in you? And But Anyway, so there was the horse situation. I found out
The horse situation. That's the title of this week's Nioh 2 and the horse situation.
The horse situation. I realised that I can go into some kind of like Super Saiyan mode.
Yeah.
Where I become like one with the magics and become like a monster with cool horns.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then I do cool, powerful attacks for as long as my like health bar when I'm in that mode lasts, which is like no time at all. And then you go back to normal and are killed easily by the horse. What was odd about it was that in the way these things go, the more I tried it, the more I sort of started to recognise, oh, I think I know what attack it's going to do next. Found like the sort of weakness that kind of worked. And I beat the horse boss. Here's what slightly confused me though. When I actually defeated the horse with a saw. When I defeated the horse with the saw. The horse with the saw. I wasn't
equal to Wars.
Yeah. The unpopular sequel to Wars.
He's back and he's angry.
Back. He's got a saw. This is a real U-turn tonally. So when I beat the sawhorse, all of a sudden the cutscene started for beating it, and I was like, wait, I beat it? And I didn't even realise that it was happening. And that is really, I've never ever had that with a boss in this kind of game, because like I wasn't even looking at its health. Basically what happened was, through something I must have done, I clearly like massively accelerated the amount of damage I was doing.
Right.
And I clearly did something really right that I should have been doing all along.
Right.
But I couldn't tell you exactly what it was. I think maybe it was being a bit more aggressive, like just wailing it when I was on this super, but like, I don't know. But I was surprised, and the cutscene came up and I was like, oh, I guess I won?
Yeah.
But it didn't really feel good, because I sort of didn't...
You didn't
I didn't have that bit where I had a last bit of health, and I was like, come on, only one more hit. Here we go, keep your cool, keep the heart rate under control. If I can just, you know. So yeah, that was weird. And then a cutscene happens and the game kind of starts, a man shows up with a monkey, and things proceed from there.
Right.
So then I got into the second area. The main difference between this game and Sekiro, so far I've found, is stealth isn't really a thing. You can't like stealth kill enemies. Not in the same way as you can in Sekiro. The other thing is with Sekiro, and we talked about this before, I found that generally enemies were so easy to overwhelm and kill, and then you got to a boss not feeling like you had learned much, because, and then the bosses were like so hard, and then you would plow through like 100 like fairly straightforward enemies. In this, the enemies who aren't bosses are real tough. Like even the ones like it's just a sort of like peasant with no trousers on, and a sort of like stubby sword. And I'm like, I can't lose to this guy, and then he's like. But I think that's cool. And I am more in the rhythm of the combat now. It's really important to do this thing called a, can't remember what it's called now. It's a something burst. Pulse. The flow of combat is quite nice. It's like you attack, you can be quite aggressive, and then you try and like pulse to get all your stamina back.
So you can go straight
So you can
back
keep
in
going
again.
and basically not give them an opening. I basically battled my way through this like second village up to the next boss and haven't got any further than that. The boss that I'm stuck on is Ipon Datara, the one that we actually, do you remember the one who would like hopped around on one foot and had a big hammer from the bit that we played?
Yeah.
It's one of those. But when we played it in the thing, you know, like that was a really advanced character that Sony gave us to play with. So, you know, they had a lot more health and did a lot more damage, and so, you know, I could basically get hit with that hammer a few times and it wasn't the end of the world.
But this one you get hit once and you're done?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was getting killed so quickly that I was like, I don't know about this game. I'm not sure. And then I was about to give up, and then I just had one fight against it where it didn't go as terribly, and I was like, oh no. I can kind of envision the possible world in which this is doable now. And once you sort of see that it can be done, it's very, very hard to stop.
Yeah.
And it's so quick as well, because, you know, like, respawn. Here we go. And you're like, okay, well, that was only like 45 seconds, so may as well try again.
Yeah.
So you can actually get like loads and loads of attempts in 10 minutes. I got real close a few times, but yeah, man, he just keeps smushing me flat. And that is about all I have to say on Nioh 2. I am staggered and amazed all of the outlets who have like reviewed it, completed it, and given it a score for release day. Because I got to play the game a little early as well, which is a lovely privilege and perk of the job. But I didn't do very well. The only other thing to note is that I saw this cat.
Oh yeah, there's like a cat ball thing.
Yeah, on the floor. So I stroked it, and then for a little while, it rolled around after me, and I don't know why. Oh, and the I should have mentioned this first, really. The character creator.
Yes.
It's great.
Yeah.
I had a brilliant time making my character. You know, like in video games, sometimes you can make your character like elderly, but it's not actually elderly. It's just like some like faint lines.
Yeah.
But I tried to make a kind of badass woman who's like,
she's been through the wars and she's
exactly, like cool scars. Also, a tattoo of a frog on her butt. Because in this game, you can place a tattoo
wherever you want.
You have options where to place it, and one of the options is on the butt. And you never see it. You may never see your character really once you're out the character creator. There is an option to not have the helmet showing, like in Kingdoms of Amalur and some other games. Some other good games, so you can do it. But yeah, some other good games.
Good.
Not some other good games, some other good games.
Okay.
Yikes. It's life on a knife edge. So that's Nioh 2.
Sure. Yeah.
That's what I've been doing so far playing it.
Well, I hope you're willing to stick around for some more Nioh 2.
No, I'm out of here, man. I'm done.
I'm really sorry, man. I'm going to quiz you on Nioh 2 now.
Okay.
We are all born into this world. And we must all one day leave it.
Nioh 2 is the rock-hard action role-playing game that sees you taking on yokai in Sengoku-era Japan. A follow-up from the highly praised Nioh, this game sees new abilities gifted to your character, this time a fully customizable one. Luke, Nioh was a notoriously tricky game.
Yes.
And from your time with the game, I would say our time with the game, but it's your time with the game and my helpless giggling, even from the gameplay that's already on the channel.
It was helpful in a way.
Yeah, and it seems that Nioh 2 will be just as difficult. But Luke, you know what's difficult? What else is difficult?
Eating that wine bottle.
But
What else is difficult?
opening up about ourselves.
Oh no! Oh no, that is difficult. No, thank you. Give me that sauce with a saw.
So, with the help of Nioh 2, I have put together some questions to find out more about you.
Oh my god! This is unprecedented. Okay,
Right.
true final boss. Opening up about ourselves.
Okay, Luke.
Yeah.
In Nioh 2, you play as a shifter, a part human, part yokai, who can draw on their yokai abilities to aid themselves in battle.
See, the game didn't tell me that.
I had to I was like, I remember sitting and playing this game with Luke. What is the character? I know you're part human, part yokai, but I didn't know that we were technically called shifters. They might not be. There might be something wrong on the wiki, but hey.
Probably not.
But Luke,
Yep.
if you could summon a spirit or demon of any form to aid you in everyday life, what would it be?
It would be... Well, it's quite cool. At the beginning of Nioh, you get to choose like one starting sort of spirit guardian thing. I chose a wolf.
Oh.
It's cool. I can't remember what the other ones were. I think there was a bird, and I want to say like a crocodile or something. It wasn't that. Maybe it was a shark.
Totodile.
I think it might be a shark. Yeah, it was a totodile. I think it was a shark or something.
Ooh.
So, spirit creature to help me in day-to-day life. Probably nothing that's going to freak everyone out on the train or something.
Wow, you get a seat.
Like and then arrested for possession of a ghost tiger.
Well, I mean, it'll only appear like when you need it to.
Yeah, but when do I not need a ghost tiger? But if I could have a ghost tiger, I'd have one now. Something that flies, a Charizard. And I'll tell you for why. Because I always wanted a Charizard.
Aww.
Because you could fly around on it. And then I could summon it, fly wherever I like, and then just like hover over a haystack or a body of water, still out of sight of the general public, dismiss it, fall harmlessly
Harmlessly
into the haystack from, I don't know, what's a safe distance from a haystack? 200 feet? 500 feet? I don't know, something like that. For whatever the distance is, you can't, like, like a speck. I'll fall from that height. I'll fall from that height into the hay, or onto a trampoline or something. I'll just look around until, Charizard, tell me when you see a trampoline or a swimming pool, fall into that, and then no one ever needs to know about my Charizard.
Looking at the difficulty of the game, Nioh 2 is a game that really rewards patience in players.
Yeah.
As they retry bosses and retread old ground in ways that encourage you to slowly become better and better as you play. Luke, what is something that you found incredibly difficult but persevered and came out on top?
Well, the thing that springs to mind is, like, these kinds of games. That's like an obvious answer, but, like, I found Dark Souls incredibly hard.
Yeah.
And, you know, persevered with that, finished it. That was nice. But probably you're looking for, like, an answer outside of the realm of computer games. What's something that I found incredibly hard but persevered at? Music stuff?
Yeah?
Like, I can't play loads of musical instruments, but they're all hard.
Yeah.
Some of them are real hard.
Yeah.
I'm amazed that the guitar is, like, the most popular instrument because it's
tricky.
It's objectively hard to play.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make any sense where, like, all of the notes are. It's really hard to sort of figure out in your head because it's like, they go like up and there. What would make sense is if it was like
one string.
one string, yeah, just one string. Or if they had, like, the 12 notes of the octave,
Yeah.
and then, like, it started again higher on the next one. But then I can see how you would need to stretch it. Anyway, look, I'm sure someone's thought about it and it makes sense for the way that it is. But it's really difficult. And also, like, once you've figured out where your fingers need to be, there's a whole extra difficulty dimension to it because you need your hand to be strong enough to hold all the notes down. And that's a nightmare, and that never really gets any
You
easier.
get little indentations on your fingers and it really hurts.
Yeah, you get gross little calluses. Like, when you start, like, the tip of my little finger kept splitting open from the highest string, like, just getting, like,
so
like that.
Yeah, just so thin.
Slices your hand open like it's cheese. It's horrible. Yeah, it's wild to me that so many people play guitar. It's so difficult. There should just be, like, an electric version where you, I mean, not an electric guitar. There should be a button with buttons or something.
Like a Guitar Hero guitar.
Yes, right.
Exactly that.
There should be, yeah, something like that. I've persevered at the guitar, and I feel like I can play the guitar to, like, an intermediate level. And, like, I still can only do it for about 15 minutes at a time before my hand hurts too much to play it anymore. How do you play a whole concert? How is Sting doing it? Well, he's playing the bass. So that's how. But the bass is even harder.
Thicker wires, and you're going to push down even
It's
harder.
even harder. Sting must have hands of, like, iron, basically, is what I'm coming around saying.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Is that an acceptable answer? Do you think?
Yes.
The guitar. The
yeah.
guitar.
Yeah. Respect to all guitarists out there.
It's hard. And no one talks about how hard it is because everyone plays it.
I mean, there's a lot of people who play it, and there's a lot of people who learn, like, 3 chords, and then, like, yeah, I play guitar.
If you can play 3 chords well, we don't need to get into it. But that's hard. That's hard to do.
Well,
That's
I'm
hard to
saying
do.
that's me.
Well, it's hard. Any chords are hard to learn. Also, the ones that they teach you first, the sort of open ones at the top of the neck, those chords, they're the hardest of all. Because each one is its own special shape.
Yeah.
If you play them higher up the neck, then, like, you only need to learn, like, 3 shapes, and then they're all the same. But for some reason, everyone gets taught to play them in a kind of like, this is a C. You'll never put your hand in this shape again.
Oh, well.
Stupid.
Luke,
Yeah.
during our Let's Play on the channel a short while ago,
Yeah.
whilst fighting the demonic yokai, you succumbed to the most devilish enemy of all, a hole in the floor.
All right, just don't get greedy.
Yeah, you
don't
get-
get greedy. No, I fell in. Oh my God.
You okay, Luke?
Hope you wouldn't bring that up.
Luke,
Yes.
what is the most embarrassing thing to happen to you that you'd be willing to share with us
Oh!
on the sofa today?
That I'd be willing to share. My mind is filling with shameful incidents, which is nice.
I've ruined your day now. 'Cause you're like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's that one. Oh, and that one.
and that one.
Oh,
and that one. And that one. This is my thinking face.
Yeah.
All right. Once, when I was in primary school, which is like, what age are you in primary school?
Primary school, you're between 5 and 11.
Okay, so I was like halfway through primary, so I guess I was like maybe like 9 years old, something like about that. Anyway, I gave a girl in my class a Valentine's card, and like it was supposed to be like a sort of like I tried to do it like secretly, but like everyone found out. And then I think like she was mortified and she like tore it up, and it was like, oh man, it was that was a hard lunch break, you know, recess if you like. I was just like stood there like, just like burning with embarrassment, you know, when you're just like you just feel it so viscerally. I feel just as sorry for the person, for the intended card recipient as well, because they're under all the same stupid pressures.
Who is it?
Who is it? Get a card, you know? Yeah.
Sometimes it's just nice to get a card and be like, oh cool, so someone thinks I'm nice and not
School
have to
is
pursue anything.
intense.
But everyone wants to find out because everyone needs the drama and the story.
School is so intense. Anyway, it was fine.
No.
It was fine.
No, I can share one to balance it out so that you don't. Mine is also a school one. School's great.
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it. It better not be one of those embarrassing stories that's secretly flattering. I'm going to say that now.
What?
Okay.
No, it's really
All right.
not.
Okay. Cool. All right. You know, sometimes people are like, oh my god, here's an embarrassing story.
I'm amazing.
Yeah.
You're like,
and I got 100
"That's
on the
really
test, and everyone was like, oh my god, I only got 70, and I was like, cringe. Let's hear
It
it.
did actually happen to me once, but I went.
All right.
Anyway,
Let's hear it.
ignore that. When I was like 12, so secondary school, just in
Ooh,
there.
tough age.
There were some girls at my school that I wanted to be friends with, and they were playing sort of like a Marco Polo-ish type game where you have the person who's it is blindfolded. Yeah, we were playing that, and then it was my turn to be it, and I was trying to make people laugh by doing silly shapes and stuff. And I noticed how quiet it was. It was really quiet, and I was like, guys, are you actually there? Because I can't even hear anyone right now. And then I took my blindfold off, and they'd all left me.
Oh, Ellen.
And then there were some sixth formers, so like 17, 18-year-olds.
Old enough to know better.
Who were watching from the side, who were absolutely in tears of laughter.
Oh, no. Oh, dear.
That was fun.
Have we matured enough that we can forgive everyone involved in these stories? Oh, okay. All right, well, I'll forgive everyone in my story, and I'll forgive everyone in Ellen's story.
Right, Luke,
Yeah.
in Nioh 2, much like other games of this type, you will often open up new paths as you traverse around the world, opening up new routes and shortcuts.
Yes.
Luke, what is your favourite new path that you've travelled in real life?
Oh, boy.
I'm basically like, what's a nice walk you've
Going
done?
so deep. Favourite new path that I've travelled. You know, there's that nice, like, you walk along the river in London by Hammersmith. You know?
Yeah,
The sort of, like, if you
West
walk along-
London.
Yeah, it's the south side of the river.
Yeah.
Like, from Hammersmith Bridge, further out west. I suppose you
Yeah.
can start wherever you like.
Yeah, like out towards Richmond, that area.
Yeah, that's lovely. Lovely
Yeah.
walking around there. I walked around there. I was going to say I did that recently, but now I remember when I did it, I was catching Pokemon in Pokemon Go and really cleaning up with the water types.
Yeah.
Because it's by the river.
Yeah.
And that's primarily why I went on a walk. But that was nice. That was a nice road that I've recently travelled.
Like, I really like some nice walks along East London towards Greenwich as well. And the South Bank walk between like Tower Bridge and the Millennium Wheel is one of the nicest walks in the world.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. Go from the eye all the way to the Thames Barrier.
Yeah.
Maybe not all the way to the Thames Barrier. Up to you.
Oh, well. Yeah.
Up to
It's
you.
good. It's good.
Yeah, for as
Highly
long as
recommend it if you're ever in London.
As long as you're reeling in the tentacruels.
Good answer. As a Londoner, I approve.
Yes.
All right. In Nioh 2, Luke, to help you fight off your enemies, you can use a variety of different weaponry, but also a variety of different stances, allowing you to attack from different heights and angles.
Yeah, I have not got the hang of that.
But Luke, I want to know your stance on these controversial topics.
Oh my god, what is happening?
And you must choose a stance that reflects your choice
Yeah.
to select your answer. So
Okay.
I've got a couple of either or, like just a handful of either ors.
Okay.
And you must hold a stance
Yeah.
that reflects
That
the answer that
reflects-
you want.
Okay, I'm getting ready to stand in my stance.
Okay, first one.
Yeah.
Subs or dubs?
That's me along the bottom of the screen to represent subs.
Yeah! Edward or Jacob?
This is great, by the way. I'm having a lot of fun with this. Let me firstly think about my answer and then assume the stance.
Edward.
Jacob would have been like, I'm in love with a baby. Or something.
Pizza or pasta? Pizza. Yeah. Okay. Wine or beer? Cheating. Come on.
This is a different one. That one different to the one I gave. Oh, that's cheating, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's not a stance. That's a prop.
That's going to be the same as Edward.
Yeah, lovely. Wine. Okay. Google or Bing?
That's my stance.
Google. Cats or dogs?
You know what? My stance for this is going to be the same as the subs.
That's great.
Does that answer your question, Ellen?
That's beautiful. Donald or Goofy?
What's my? I mean, you know the answer. Yeah.
Disneyland or Disney World? Were you doing an impression of the It's a Small World clock then?
No. All right. This is. I think you'll get this.
Shining at the end of every day. It's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Just a dream away.
It's the animatronic man from the Carousel of Progress.
In
Only
Disney
available
World.
in Disney World.
Right.
Florida.
Tom or Jerry?
That is. Yeah.
Always Tom.
I've
Team
always-
Tom.
I've
Jerry
always-
is mean. Tom is just being a cat, and I don't. You know, it's not nice that Jerry could be eaten, but Jerry is cruel to just an extraordinary level.
I think there's a smugness to Jerry
Yeah.
that I just find a little.
Yeah, it rubs me
off-
the wrong way.
A
Yeah.
little off-putting.
Xbox or PlayStation?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's the. Yes, it's the orchestra tuning noise of turning on a PlayStation 4!
Yay! Well, it was only the PlayStation 3, I think. It's not there anymore. So, which is why I was not sure you were going to get that.
Oh,
So
I
it's the
turned on my
noises now.
PS3 the other day to get some stuff, so
Oh,
that's
it's
in
lovely.
my head.
It's lovely.
Good. It's
lovely,
good.
Lovely stuff. Yeah, I mean, the console wars are stupid.
Yes.
All the machines are
They're all
basically
great.
the same and fine.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
Yeah.
I play my PlayStation more.
Yeah, well, I think with that, that's everything that we need to know about
Yes.
you and video games and Nioh 2.
And that's probably all we need to see of
Yes.
me being a cat. And all we need to hear about painful school memories. Thanks, Ellen, for this quiz.
Yay!
You know, it did feel good to share.
Yes,
To open
it
up.
does.
It was difficult,
Yeah.
but it felt good too.
It felt good.
It felt good. It felt good. Thank you. Thank you.
No worries.
So normally at this point we would go to the comments.
Yeah.
And see some of your fantastic artwork.
Yeah.
But we've got some real intense next few weeks coming up. Yeah, there's a lot on the channel, and it's all good stuff. And we're not making any like serious changes to show of the weekend, or no radical change to the
No.
format or anything. But for the next few weeks, just to make things a bit more
A little bit easier.
realistic work-wise, probably no comments or
Yeah,
art. Just
but
for
do
the
keep
next few
sending
weeks.
in your thoughts and your art because
We're
we
still
love
reading them.
seeing it. We're still reading all the stuff.
We
so-
read all the comments, you know.
Yeah,
You
we
know.
see everything.
We see it all. Yeah, and the fan art is always
Yeah,
appreciated.
it's always amazing.
It's so rad. So thank you all.
Yeah.
But I guess for now, all that remains to say is get me to that hospital.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I think I can feel the glass starting to break up.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Oh,
hear
yeah,
that.
it's broken open. Yep. Oh. Oh. Is that a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc? Yep. I think it is. I think it is. Get me a little tipsy.